Yo, Hit Away Hurts, and we are back again.
Welcome back to Hit It Where It Hurts. And
Yeah.
today, well, first off, welcome everyone. Thanks for
Welcome.
coming back to another day with Mark and Mark talking about Hit It Where It Hurts. I am just sharing the video on my Facebook right now, so just give me a sec. Today we're gonna be talking about something we're not too familiar with, Mark?
Straight out. It's not like we've been talking about it the whole day.
No, bro. It's like I don't know much about this topic because I never cop any L's, so I'm always copying W's.
But first of all, have you realized
Yeah.
something? Because I just realized we're
Yeah.
literally matching, bro, without even knowing.
Oh,
I didn't even know this on Zoom.
Right,
That's gangster.
And they think we're capping, bro. We came on 2 minutes late. Anyway, we'll talk about that. Talking about copping L's. Today is my L day, all right? I've never copped so many L's in one day in my whole life. So if you guys cop L's, we cop L's too. I think everyone cops an L every now and again. All right, let's start. I wake up today. First thing is I usually beat Mark when I wake up, right? I lost by a lot. I woke up at 1 fucking p.m., okay? Slob type shit. And then I went and had a shower for an hour, right? A 1 hour shower. So now we're talking 2 p.m. and I've done nothing except post an article. That's it. Right? That's like half the day gone. So while I'm in the shower listening to Gary Vee, thinking, fuck yeah, I'm going to be Gary Vee, blah, blah, blah. Like I've literally done nothing all day, right? Bro, I'm chilling in the shower, this and that. Another hour goes past. And I'm like, oh shit, bro, I haven't even had breakfast. It's 3 p.m. I haven't had breakfast. So I'm going to have breakfast and then it hits me, bro. I'm like, fuck, I have so much to do. And then I can't eat. So that's another L, right? Like when you're stressed, you can't eat. So that's another L. That's my 4th L of the day, right? You think it can't get worse, right? Like it can't. Go to the garage to record a Q&A for Zorus Media, right? Very good Q&A too. It's actually like a 30-second, 5-second answer one, right? Something people would have fucking loved. Midway, my phone falls on the concrete and it cracks.
Oof.
And then I'm driving to go get it fixed. And my car stops midway because I got no petrol in it.
No, I didn't know this part.
Yeah, bro, I don't want to mention it because the more I talk about it, the more shit's going to happen. Anyway, so obviously, as you could tell, especially today, I'm very familiar with copping L's, all right? And guys, we talk about it all the fucking time on this podcast. We always say, don't worry about copping L's, keep your day going. Bro, I didn't want to keep my fucking day going. I wanted to go to sleep and restart tomorrow, bro, all right? I wanted to undo today, bro. I wanted to use the fucking reverse card. You know how there's the reverse card, bro? I wanted to play that card, dead ass.
Bro, I feel that straight out. Like even with me when I wake up, you know how I felt like shit. But you know what? Now let's get to the real reason why we made this episode. We didn't make it to talk about stuff, like go bitch about it. But the reason we made it is because we took the L and turned it into a W. So there's an L now. There's a W. You know what I'm saying? I just pulled a gang sign, bro.
So, I actually never thought about that. It's kind of smart, bro.
I just made it up.
Anyway, guys, listen. We talk about L's a lot, all right? We talk about facing your fears. We talk about losses. We talk about a lot of shit like that, right? Now, the main thing about an L is the way you perceive it,
Exactly.
If you perceive it as a failure, if you perceive it as the end point, if you don't perceive it as a bump in the road, then fucking it's an L, right? But if you perceive it as an obstacle to getting to where you want to be, like an obstacle course, then it's fucking good. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, you're going to reach the end, right? And like making it way more practical, bro, let's just talk about what losses do for your life, right? When you fail at something, when you're not achieving something, you're able to adapt to the next time. That's why there's purpose in trying over and over and over again, because each time you do it, like we spoke about setting goals, we speak about passion, don't worry about all that shit. Taking L's sets you closer to your goal because the things you learn from those losses means that the next time you take on that task, it's going to be better and bigger, right? And you're going to most likely do better. But bro, who knows how many times? Let me tell you something. I struggle with burnout heaps in uni, in business, in life, in religion. I struggle with burnout in religion, bro. Literally, I burn out, bro. I'm like, you know what? Like, I can't be fucked anymore, honestly, right? And it's like that burnout is like something that takes me ages and something I have to go through a million times before I learn how to stop it before it starts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's for me why taking losses helps, because each time I burn out, I learn something new about what led me to that point, right? And then the more I do it, the more things I can do to stop it.
Let's go back. Let's go back a take. You said you get burned out with a religion. What is that burns you out about religion? Is that like trying to?
Yeah, it's like praying every day, bro. Like some days I just don't pray.
All right, now that's where you're going wrong, yeah. Because I'll give you a thing. Like, this is what a priest said to me.
Okay.
He said when you don't feel like praying, don't pray. Because when you force yourself, you just that's the way that you're getting away from your faith.
Yeah.
Pray when you want to pray, and don't only pray for the things you want. Pray to be thankful. Yeah.
Sure.
Now let's go back to another good point you said. You said your L's take you closer to your W's and shit like that, and that's very true. Because if you get up from an L, right? If you don't let that L ruin your entire day, your entire week, your entire year, that will make you a better like person. That'll give you a better mindset, so that when you get another L in the future, you'll be like, shit, remember that time I actually got up from that L? So this time, like last time I adapted, so this time I'm gonna get up again and I'm gonna go do what I'm gonna do. And that's how you win in life. And like I was telling Mark today, I was like, bro, you cannot allow this to ruin your day, because one small thing, if you let that ruin your day, then you have no control of your mind. And honestly, like, I was proud of this guy. Like, deadass, the next snap I see, he was already grinding on his uni shit. Like, that's some crazy shit.
For sure. Like, bro, I only got an hour done, but if that was me, bro, well, you know what I would have done if that was me a month ago? And I swear I'm speaking genuine here, bro. I would have turned off my phone, bro, chucked it and went to sleep. And I'm like, you know what, bro? Fuck it. Fuck facing my issues. I'd rather sleep on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, we talk about it in general perspective, guys, with business, with marketing, with whatever the fuck you do. Turn your losses into learning, bro. Turn your losses into learning. What can you lose if you learn from it? Nothing.
Exactly.
What can you lose if you quit? Everything. Right? And I think that's the main point I want to get across today, is that the education and the knowledge that you learn from losses is actually way more important than what you would have learned if you won. Because if you won, then what did you learn? Right? If you're winning, what did you learn? That it works. That's it. Right? But if you're losing, you're learning what doesn't work and what you could do better. Isn't that two things against one?
Straight up.
Right? And that's why losses are actually good. Right? Days where I get constructive criticism about being on the podcast and saying I spoke about boring shit, bro, I fucking love it, because I go back and I read every single fucking word and make sure I know what I did wrong and what I did right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for real, like, people are so afraid of failure, but they're not afraid of failure. You know what they're afraid of, bro?
Yeah.
And we were talking about it in Clubhouse. Bro, these millionaires were sitting there and they were saying, like, you know, we're not afraid of success. We're afraid of change.
Yeah.
We're afraid of changing the things around us. Right? And I think that's what it is. Like, when I could think to myself, whether going to sleep instead of getting up and doing half-ass work, but at least I got it done on a shit day. Right? To me, that seems unrealistic in my head. And if that was 2 months ago, it would have not only seemed unrealistic, it would seem dumb. To me, it seemed unrealistic until I did it today.
Yeah, right? I feel that.
That I actually got up and I did work and my head was not in the right mindset, right? And it's like the ability to do that and to experience what it felt like because I'm a perfectionist. I love doing shit when I'm 100. When I'm not 100, I don't want to touch it. I don't even want to look at it, right?
Yeah.
But to be able to do shit when I wasn't 100 actually helped me out. And I know tomorrow I'm going to be grateful that I did it today because it set me up for my better day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Because look at it this way, yeah? If you didn't get up today and do that 1 hour, even if it meant nothing, if it was 1 hour, that means tomorrow, like you said, you're gonna get up and do more than that. Because if you had not done that, tomorrow you would have been lazy, been like, no, I'm not gonna do it. Next day, the same thing. Next month, you would have kept doing the same thing over and over. Because that's happened with me. Whenever I've missed like a few days, where I was like, okay, this can wait, I'll do it the next day. Or the next day, it'll keep going, and then you lose track of time, and then you're looking back and you're like, shit. Now I regret that. I should have gotten up. I should have done this. This is what's like what happens with me in the morning. Like let's take it this So in the mornings when I wake up, yeah, I wake up at 7 a.m. But if I don't get up out of bed at like 7, like 10, 7:30, I regret it. There's times where I get out of bed and it's like 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and I'm like, shit. Now I regret that. You have to do what you're not looking forward to, because when you do it, you're gonna be like, shit. I actually like I'm grateful that I did this.
Yeah. And it's like when you like, the thing is about being like learning how to take L's is that you realize they're not that bad, right? Like, yeah, bro, I broke my phone today, and yeah, bro, I woke up late, and yeah, bro, I didn't do my uni work, but am I alive, bro? Am I healthy? Am I here on this podcast tonight? You know what I mean? Yeah. And sometimes perspective is all it takes. Like I speak about it, but that's it. Like that's where I learned everything I know in my life right now. It's perspective, right? Being able to perceive things in a different light to what your brain wants you to perceive it is a gift that takes so long to master, because you have to change the way you think about things, right? Yeah. And what I love is that reverse engineering actually helps a lot more than understanding things forward, right? If you go back to why you're scared of losing, it's because of a past experience when you've taken a loss that led to another loss, that led to another loss, that led to another loss, right? Yeah. That's why I'm scared of losing. That's why I'm scared of like doing shit for one day, because I know in the past when I stopped working for one day, I stopped for a month.
Yeah.
Right. So in my head, I'm thinking, fuck, bro. If I'm not doing 9 hours today, then I'm not gonna do 9 hours for the rest of the year. But it's really not like that. But because of past experience, your brain has been like manipulated into thinking that this little small loss in your life, right? Yeah. Like you see those people who just chuck away their life over one loss, like one day, bro. And I'm the same. Like today, bro, my brain made me think that everything that was happening to me was the worst thing that could ever happen. Bro, I had to sit there and think, bro, what the fuck am I thinking? Literally, like. Let me think back to where I was last year to where I am now, and let me see what else I was taking then to what else I'm taking now.
100%. Yeah.
And I think that's the most important point, that people need to understand why they're having those thoughts. When you know that you're having bad thoughts, when you know you're having negative talk within yourself, then it's easier to attack it than when you don't know. How many times have you felt like you're not in control of your head? Honestly.
Right, there's been times like it's unexplainable. Like you can't explain it.
You can't explain
it. Yeah, and like it's just the people that are feeling that, and trust me, they like you can take control, because the second you have control, the second you see everything clear. That's like right now, it's like you're blinded. You're like, oh shit, I can't take control of my mind. Oh shit, this, that, I can't do this. But this is all negative thoughts. And what do negative thoughts like? Happen. This is what happens. It's like saying, and I've said this before, when you say you're looking for something, yeah, like say today you're like, oh shit, my whole day's been bad, this, that. The whole day your mind is gonna keep seeing bad things happen. But if you change that perspective and say, all right, now that was bad, but good things are gonna keep coming. Now your mind is gonna keep seeing good things come.
It's sure.
Mind is crazy, and like
mind is crazy,
bro. I do psychologists, and I've seen a lot of shit that the mind can do, bro. Deadass.
And bro, I was thinking about it today, right? Like I was speaking to someone who said, "Oh yeah, like I can't sleep at night." I'm like, "Why can't you sleep at night?" They're like, "You know, I'm never tired." I'm like, "What are you doing during the day?" They're like, "A lot, but I just don't get tired, bro." And it made me think that imagine if the way to success is aligning your mental with your physical, that when you're physically healthy, you're mentally healthy. And when you're mentally unhealthy, you're physically unhealthy. Wouldn't that make life easier, bro? You know, when you know, like when you know that your brain isn't working. Yeah. Because people that are unhappy, people that struggle with their losses, people that struggle to like push past their failures, they don't look it, right? You can't tell.
Yeah.
because they'll just keep going on through their day and their mind will be playing games with them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'll get you.
But if it was obvious when our brains aren't acting healthy,
yeah,
right? Like when you break your arm stops working. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
When your head's fucking with itself, what can you really do? Really, like what's gonna show it other than the fact that you might have a little bit of lack of motivation? You still go to work that day. Yeah, you still wake up that day. But physically, if you were to get in pain, you'd be able to see it, right? And that's how I think about my mind when I'm talking about L's. I'm thinking, wait a minute, bro. This is not how I want to think about it, right? This, like, it's as if you have a bruise on your head and you know the bruise is there. Literally, that's how I think about it. It might not work for others. That's how I think about it. That I know something isn't, the dopamine receptors in my brain aren't going off at the right time right now, yeah? Like, there's a day where I will just look at everything and everything will look dull, right? Even the W's. Because one L has played on my head for like fucking hours. And like you said, bro, the more you talk about it and the more you see it, the more it will happen. And it's the same with W's and the same with L's, bro. It's no difference.
100%. Let me give you a quote on that. That, like, you know, you said before, like sometimes like you're scared of failure, and to the people that are like that, when you're living a life avoiding failure, the only thing that it does is it never gives you the opportunity to see what you are truly capable of. And that is the words of David Goggins.
100%.
That is 100%. Like, that is facts, bro, on facts.
And it's so true. And like, bro, every time that I get that fucking feeling, bro, I literally look down at myself. I'm like, bro, I'm 20 years old. 20. Yeah. I could fucking lose for the next 5-10 years and be 30. With everything I've learned from the last 5 years and make it better for the next 100%. 70 years of my life. Yeah. And when I get that perspective and when I can actually break through, because at the end of the day, bro, what losses do is they make a war in your head between, do I want to keep going and risk getting that feeling of failure again, getting that feeling that you're not doing enough, or do I want to stop and go for the comfort? Yeah. And that war is in everyone's head.
Yeah.
And the way to win it is to positive thoughts, right? Positive self-talk. Gary Vee said, I lost a $6 million client, right? But I came home and I saw my wife. Yeah?
Yeah, no, that was
like, that's his happiness. That's that, like, so he put his L into perspective that it was just money. At the end of the day, he lost a $6 million client. He'll learn from it and his business will run. But if he had come home and his wife was dead, and he lost $6 million and he didn't lose a $6 million client, do you think it's a $6 million client is going to matter? No, it wouldn't fucking matter. I don't give a fuck.
Bro, look at it this way. He could have turned $25,000 into billions.
Yeah. And
he could have had the jets. He could have bought the jets right now.
100%.
But he didn't go through with the Uber. He didn't invest into Uber.
That's right.
So, but what he did was he didn't go home and cry for the next few years on that. Nah, he said, he took things into perspective. He saw why he didn't go into it. He saw how things could have turned, and so he started he made his mind more clear that he will do like more research when, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like he's a living example of it. 100%. At the end of the day, he's predicted NFTs. Yeah, he's predicted Web 2.0. He predicted Twitch. There is literally nothing he hasn't predicted, and maybe that loss on Uber taught him everything that he's able to do now. Yeah? I know for a fact, for myself, that I would not be here today if I had let everything that's happened to me in my past affect me to today. Yeah? That the losses I cop today are short term. That I know everything I've done leading up to this moment, it was meant for this moment. Yeah? And we're not saying like it's easy to have these thoughts. At the end of the day, it's really not. It's hard to have these thoughts, right?
Yeah.
But it's like you have to break free. And people always talk about being successful is easy. Once you have all that money, it's easy, right? But imagine the losses you'd be copying when you're a millionaire,
100%.
Bro, what's a loss for us that we can't get the podcast up for 5 minutes? Bro, if Logan Paul misses a YouTube video or it doesn't upload, bro, that's $1 million gone. Yeah, because he gets like 1 million views, 2 million views, right? Makes $1 million, and then like brand deals and shit. When Gary Vee loses 6 million, how the fuck could you get that over your head? I couldn't imagine it. If I lost a $6 million client, bro, holy bro, how the fuck we getting over that?
Let me tell you this.
Yeah.
Now, Grant Cardone said this story. He said he had a friend who lost $250 million in one day.
Yeah.
His business lost $250 million in one day. But on the same day, he went and donated 25 million to church.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So he lost, but he still gave. Yeah. So he didn't go crying about the loss. Instead, he said, you know what? I'm grateful that I lost this, but not more. And so he went and donated. But do you have something to say?
Yeah, bro. I was just gonna say, like, one of the best things about me losing is that I'm able to teach other people about the losses. Yeah, like that I can prevent people from going through the same thing, right? Which ties in with the knowledge thing, right? Like we talk about what you learn, everything you learn, you can teach to other people. Like the fact that I've been through the whole school, like the whole school shit, going through uni, I could speak to kids and tell them, bro, school, like, watch 100%. Out for school. Yeah, right? School is the biggest trap. It's going to fuck with your head. It's going to make you think that real life is what school is, but it's not, right? And the fact that I'm able to do that, if I never went through the system, if I never fucking hated my life from age like 10 to 16, then I would have never had this ability and this love for helping people. But my passion for helping people comes from never seeing it in other people, honestly, like straight up. Yeah. Like when I was growing up, I had my family, straight up, like real talk, my family, only people that ever genuinely helped me without anything that wanted it back. I never see people in business who are at high fucking standards who help people for the actual reason of helping people, right? Yeah. And this ties back to losses, because if I never saw that, if I never went through all that shit, I would never have the passion that I have now, but I have it today because of it. So if that is not enough of an example for you, that losses teach you more than wins, then nothing will teach you. And that's it. That's all I got to say.
And that's a life example right there. We are ready to cut it. We've come to the end of the episode, and
is your camera frozen, bro? Before you continue.
Yeah, your camera is frozen, Mark. Mine is good.
Oh fuck. Okay. Keep going.
Yeah. I'll end it with a quote. And that is, if you can't get through doing the things that you hate to do, then you will not see greatness on the other side.
100%, 100%, bro. And
that's all I got for you.
And I know my face is gone, guys, but I'm here to say I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Mark, if you guys want to stay in the chat for an extra 2 minutes, we're gonna post the link to the business sign up sheet where we sign out a business at the end of every episode. They'll start from next week. Stay tuned. We have lots of upcoming guests coming up next week and the week after that and the week after that. And love you all. Thank you all so much for coming to watch Shit It Where It Hurts. We're live every single night at 8:30, unless TPG fucks us every night. Take care. Have a great night. Peace. You still there?
Yeah, we're just